Hi there, everybody. Okay, there was a way better picture earlier, just a better, clearer picture. Please forgive me. Goodness gracious, I'm trying to use this light. And I've got that. I had it all fixed. I did. That's what happens. That is what happens. Good Lord. Hi, everyone. And no one. That's good. That's fine. Oh, I think we have that weird green thing. It's because of the camera. So hi, everyone and no one. I will say hello. You know what? Since you're not here, I'm going to fix this thing. Okay, there. Better. God damn it. Okay. Let's go down. Are we done? I think we might just have to go with that. I definitely will pick a different start time. Hi, everybody. Are we going to have to keep that green blob? I think it might just be my friends from Periscope coming over. Sorry about that. Let's do that. What the hell? Way better. Miko! You know what? It's me and you. A lot of the times it's just me and Miko. Hi, Miko. I can't believe you're over here. You're so sweet. And even if it's just us and this isn't your thing, you don't have to stay. I appreciate you and I love you. I do. Make sure I got that. We're all cleaned off. All is well. Yeah? Okay. Okay. So how does the lighting look? We're all right? I'm going to cut off that weird beginning and we're going to go ahead and go live here on winter solstice. Happy solstice to you. Happy longest night, shortest day. Today is the birthday of the sun. Matthew MVG is here. Oh, you too. You know what? I've done these and I've gone live and it's been super quiet. It's just been me. But the most important thing is that I continue to do this and keep coming back. So I appreciate you being here. This is earlier than normally. I usually at 4 o'clock, but it doesn't really matter. Welcome to the Living Theosophy channel. You don't have to stay. If you don't wish to stay, that's perfectly okay. It's a little different over here. We talk about these ancient teachings. You can see them back there. You see the Secret Doctrine. You see the Voice of the Silence. And you see Isis Unveiled. And so it's not quite like my Periscopes. The Periscopes, I am a lot more playful and silly. So please don't have to feel like you have to stay. But if you wish to stay, you're welcome to. And welcome to the rewatchers. We're going to be talking more about Light on the Path. For anybody who's interested in the Theosophical teachings, this is a great place to start. You're having breakfast, bless you. Well, I'll have our cup of tea. Something was in my tea. We'll have a cup of tea together. What the heck? Okay, one of my cords was dipping in my tea. Okay, so for the solstice, I was going to talk about on this channel. I spent it was a long time to get this uploaded. It is a beautiful talk by Manly P. Hall about the annual birthday of the sun. So it was uploaded last night. Hi, RD, look at you. It's my Periscope, friends. It is. It's funny that because this is more of the theosophical thing. So you guys don't have to stay. You don't. For those of you who are YouTube rewatchers and wondering who I'm playing with and talking to, these are my beloved friends from the Periscope channel. That is the Living Theosophy channel. And there, it's a little bit more real life. It's a peek into our lives when we are not doing this. But for the Periscopers, I love you and I appreciate you being here. Please don't feel obligated to stay. What we were talking about is the annual birthday of the sun, the esoteric meaning of the annual birthday of the sun. Okay, so we've always heard that we've heard of Horus. Surely you've heard of Horus. Have you guys heard of Horus? Born on the 25th? Yes? No? Executed? No? This is an old story about the earth going to sleep, light and life coming back. So ending in, well, the birth of the sun. This is when it's going to sleep and then it will be reborn, okay? To be resurrected in the spring. When life returns. This is an old, also we have somebody else here. Hello, welcome. If you are just joining us, these are little, I try to do them now every 2.5, 3 weeks because things have gotten very busy. Oh yeah, okay. Before I go into the birthday of the sun, happy birthday. I wanted to mention, I have changed the name. Melissa, hi Melissa, welcome. Welcome. I changed the name and I think last time we were doing this, I changed the name again, but this is the one I'm sticking with because it's less telling. Live Theosophy is to live Theosophy. It's kind of like a do it. Living Theosophy is what I would put on my tombstone, if I had one, if I have one, if I only had 2 seconds left after I loved on my son and my husband and my father, I would say apply and become the teachings of Theosophy. So the title of this channel has been Yogi Theosophy for very long, not too long, but it served its purpose. Living Theosophy makes sense. Become these teachings, and then you will find the changes taking place within you as well. So the name has changed, and there's lots going on. So let's get to it. For the birth of the sun today, winter solstice. What do you guys know about winter solstice? What comes to mind? I want to see if I can interact with you. I don't want to just talk at you. I definitely want this to be interactive. And thank you for my Periscope friends for being here. But if you think about it, what has that ever, it's always kind of gone over my head. I'm like, solstice, some pagan thing. I never really paid that much attention until I started paying attention. And on this channel yesterday, a video was uploaded that is by Manly P. Hall. Manly Hall is a 20th century philosopher, for lack of a better term, but he was much more than that. And his talk on the winter solstice is extraordinary. I'm going to try to read this to you to see if you can revisit that. That is an amazing thing for today, if you can spend some time with that. The time change. Yeah, the time change, the winter solstice, you think about that. You kind of think about, some people don't like the dark. I love the dark. I like the dark. I love the light. I don't complain when it gets dark or rainy. I prefer it muddy, rainy, and foggy. What about you? Do you like it sunny all the time? My husband wishes it was sunny all the time. He takes the rain personally. Okay, so the astronomical Christmas is based on the old. This is an intro to the video I uploaded yesterday. No, start of winter, darkness comes quicker to the day. That's true. Do you find that to be? And I'm going to get to that. Do you find that to be? Do you look forward to that? Do you associate it just with the Christmas season? Do you pay attention to, the northern movement, the southern movement, the longer days, the shorter nights? I don't know if it's just me. But I was not engaged with that. I didn't pay attention that much to the sounds of nature. Like today when I was out on the walk, I can hear and I can feel and I can smell these beautiful things. Nature is the true church. So the start of winter, R.D. Baker, you are the sweetest thing ever. Oh, sweet souls here, everyone. Welcome. The video that was put up last night, it finally hit barely before solstice. It literally took like 6 hours to render and then 6 hours to upload. I need a different web server. But anyway, the astronomical Christmas is based on the old solar mythology. Solar, they're saying S-O-U-L, solar. Deity. The solar deity is born at the winter solstice and schedules for the three broken spokes of the wheel. It attains victory over darkness at the vernal equinox. Okay, the Christ principle performs a Pentecostal mystery by bestowing its powers upon the 12 disciples. Okay, 12, the 12, which are basically, they personify, the 12 personify the zodiac. Okay, so we have the 12 signs of the zodiac, there's a lot happening up there that we don't pay attention to. We just think it's little sparkly things up there. And then we think we get a bathe in it. The sun is great. It feels good. But the Christ principle performs a Pentecostal mystery by bestowing its power upon the 12 disciples who personify the signs of the zodiac. Pardon my stumbling over that. I'm having a hard time seeing. I had an issue with my contact. While most of this, 12 disciples, yes, 12 disciples, 12 astrological signs of the zodiac. There's something very important there. It isn't just personal guidance, whether you're going to, get a new job. Okay, it's more than that. While most of this esoteric meaning of the annual birthday of the sun is no longer remembered, it constitutes justification of the study of astronomy. Someday it will dawn upon the conventional astronomer that he is involved not merely in a scientific project, but one of the sacred sciences dealing with the mysteries of birth, life, death, and reincarnation. So on this channel, I did clean up the audio. It was all grumbly, and some of his things are up, but it is in its entirety. It is called The Winter Solstice by Manly P. Hall, and it is extraordinary. I highly recommend a listen. Okay, the 12 sons of Abraham. Yes, absolutely. I was going to ask you, Well, a question. When you're here on this channel, on the Living Theosophy YouTube channel, I'm not sure how. I really just started like, I got to do these. I've got to do these teachings and understanding and applying them. And by digesting them and becoming them, I have felt a change that is, and I talk about this often on here, a change that is both physical, mental, spiritual. There's a sense of calm, of balance, of peace, of just equanimity. There's something really beautiful about the way that these feel. It is not a religion. It is the ancient mysteries, if you will, if you want to call it that. And this book, see how tiny it is a great place to start. So that's what we do here. If you are okay with me continuing to read this to you and then you digest it, you can get a free copy. The website is still called yogitheosophy.com, but I'll put a link down below. You can get a free download of this. You can definitely get a free download of The Voice of the Silence. Oh, unbelievable text. These are also available verbally here on this website as audiobooks. Sorry, on this channel as audiobooks. So if you go back further, you will actually hear the audio of these books for free on this channel, because they should always be free. They should be available to everyone. These cannot be taught, but you can align yourself and you can earn and you can learn. First deserve, then desire. Back here you have The Secret Doctrine and Isis Unveiled. These are huge texts. They are not in the bookstore. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get those in. They are absolutely massive, but you can find them online. And I usually put links here below. And so let's start with this one. Super easy peasy, squeezy. Look how skinny it is. This was written down by a woman named Mabel Collins, and her name is MC. That's really all we need to know. I believe when listening to Manly P. Hall, he is channeling live. He literally is channeling live. And so we had somebody exit. That's okay. Welcome for however long you want to stay. These are, well, it's a treatise, okay? A treatise written down for the personal use for those who are ignorant of the Eastern wisdom and those who desire to enter into its influence. So if you've ever wanted to know about something bigger, something beyond, something that isn't, the religions tend to divide. If you're hungry to find out more, and the root of all these religions, sciences and philosophies, starting here with this wisdom, this archaic wisdom, is highly recommended. And that's the whole purpose of the Living Theosophy channels and other theosophical groups as well, I'm sure. But follow your nose. I always say that, follow your nose, because there is corruption in organizations, as there are in churches and the guruship and all that stuff. It's only you. It's not anywhere you need to belong. Don't pay for them. You don't have to pay any money for a subscription. You just find them, apply them, become them. This little book, a true jewel, belongs to and emanates from the same school of Indo-Aryan and Buddhist thought and learning as the teachings in the Secret Doctrine. Okay, and it was written, they say, well, MC says, it was written by the Masters of Wisdom. Who are the Masters of Wisdom? Somebody was asking in one of the other things that I was doing about, what's it called? Course in Miracles. Have you heard of the Course in Miracles? I'm sure you probably have. I'm going to stop and let you guys answer if you want to, if you're still there. If you have not heard of the Course in Miracles, that is a very big book that's changed a lot of lives, also a channeled work. And the sacred texts were not written down physically by these particular sages or avatars, Christ, Krishna, Buddha. They didn't write them down. The people that came afterwards wrote them down, or people that were inspired by these teachings. So these teachings were written down too. And it isn't so much about who wrote them down, but that they were written down. So MC wrote this down. The Masters of Wisdom are simply, it could be Jesus, could be Krishna, could be Christ. You can call them anything. There's lots of names for them. They would be the wise men and women of humanity, their elder brothers and sisters, those who have come before. So this book is written in paradox. It's a dichotomy. And it is written for all disciples who wish to learn. It's pretty simple. You have not. Oh, you're still here, RD. I thought you might have been one of the ones who left. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're here. Okay. There you are. See how simple? It's not super complex. If you read those, people just put them down and start crying. They're like, I can't do this. I don't understand. It's difficult. What are they talking about? And people have mentioned, can you? You have not. You have not. Wow. Okay. The mysteries. Let's go really quick. The mysteries. Sure. The mystery schools. Part of the mystery schools. If you think of the Oracle at Delphi, Man Know Thyself, any of these ancient teachings. I mentioned the philosophers a lot, the philosophers of Plato, and you have Paracelsus, and you have the Bhagavad Gita and the Kabbalah. These teachings are all very similar to this, and this is where I found it to be the most pure. So let's get started. We're actually in, we're only on 9, and we've been doing this for a few weeks, and these are what you call precepts. Some people call them precepts. They're just axioms, little truths. So let's go to number 9 is where we begin. Number 9. Okay, now remember, paradoxical, desire only that which is within you. Desire only that which is within you. Thank you for the like. That is very sweet. Number 10, desire only that which is beyond you. Now, don't worry. Let me interject something here. Don't worry if none of this makes sense. If it doesn't make any sense, that's good. Listen to it again. Go back and listen to it on this channel if you wish. Get a copy of your own and revisit it, because it will begin to make sense. The more you align yourself and the more you study and apply, not just memorize, because that doesn't mean anything, not intellectually, but with your heart. With your heart. They will begin to make sense, and they will tell you new things when you revisit every time. It's almost like a magical little book. It's tiny, but it literally gives you something new every time you revisit it. Welcome to our new visitor. Hello. And the rewatchers as well. So 11, desire only that which is unattainable. And 12, for within you is the light of the world. Okay, the kingdom of heaven is within you, the divine spark, you are the temple, all that stuff. The only light that can be shed upon the path, meaning that it has to come from within you. It's not inside a church. It's not going to come from a guru. It's not going to come from anybody else. It's going to come from you. So if you have, it's got you thinking, bless your heart, you're so sweet. Well, I'm grateful that you're here. I am. And I love you. And I don't want to go off about how hard I love you and all the other things, but I sure do. I do. We appreciate you so much. Okay. For it is within you as the light of the world, the only light that can be shed upon the path. If you are unable to perceive it within you, it is useless to look for it elsewhere. That's not going to be found in somebody or somewhere else. It's right there in you all along. Everything. As a former addict and alcoholic, I don't know if I've talked about this on this channel, I have added live platforms to my plate, and I forget what I say on some of them. I have 16 and a half years sober, but pouring this in to try to feel good or try to find an outside source that would create bliss or happiness, it isn't outside of you. It's not at the bottom of the bottle. It's not coming from another place. It's not coming from wealth or fame or any of that. It's going to come from inside you. It's inside you right now. It's closer than your own breath. Okay. It is beyond you, because when you reach it, you have lost yourself. Okay. So let's say that again. It's closer than your own breath. That's my own little insert there. But let's just go from this start. If you are unable to perceive it within you, it is useless to look for it elsewhere. It is beyond you, because when you reach it, you have lost yourself. And anybody who wants to put any thoughts here, that's good, or I can tell you how I understand this. But remember, I am only a student of Theosophy. These teachings don't come from me. They belong to all of us. They belong to you. They are timeless. My understanding of that is you will overcome yourself. You will, the you that is you in this physical body, you will transcend that when you start to, I don't know, feel this well up within you. It will make sense. Like the solstice makes sense today. It didn't make sense for many years. I'm like, what? Huh? Pagan? What? Who? No, now I can understand. I can hear a little bit better. Becoming sober helped make that clear. Giving up meat and dairy made that clear. It comes from within. That's right. So all of these times that they're saying the kingdom of heaven is within you, it says actually in the Bible, in your midst. The word midst doesn't just mean, I would picture that as, we're in a group of people and somewhere, the kingdom of heaven, somebody really special is running around. The word midst means middle. It's in your heart. It's inside you. And it's really important to pay attention to this. If this matters at all to you, if you're getting anything from this, listen. Listen, it's inside you. You don't have to go anywhere. You can do work to make it more clear, but you will become what these teachings are, which are compassion and kindness. You will find everything that you need. You will get, and then some. It's fine. There's a sense of balance that I can't even begin to describe. But okay, it is useless to look for it elsewhere because it is beyond you. Because when you reach it, you've lost yourself. It's only my take on it. Yep. It is unattainable because it forever recedes. You will enter the light, but you will not touch the flame. Okay. With that, thinking of the sun. I like to use the sun. It's great because it's going to sleep tonight. It's being born again. This is night, daytime, okay, tomorrow. And it will be spring and life, and vivification and all that. The sun, we don't get to touch the sun, but we all get to feel the same sunlight. The sun remains the same. Every single solitary person who's ever been on this planet has looked at that sun and has seen it in exactly the way they see it. But that doesn't mean because I look at it differently that it's any different. It doesn't mean their way of looking at it is bad. Say they're in Alaska and they don't get to see it that much, or say that they don't like the sun. Maybe their skin reacts differently. That doesn't matter. It is the sun and you will feel its light, but you will not become able to touch the flame. The divine spark is within you, but you are not the origin. That's important. You are not the origin, and the sun is always constant. Isn't that interesting? When we see it go away from where we are, we still know that it's somewhere because we can even say, we figured out, we see the reflection of it on the moon. And this all plays a very important part. This is all, okay, the instructions have been given to us. Looking at our hands, at our bodies, at our the vertebra in our back, and the even 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, you've got all of these different things that are telling you 10 digits. These are not by mistake. This is not just the way we happen to be designed, and so we're whatever. There's clues everywhere. There are clues, and in the sky, we need to remember that stars teach as well as shine. And they are far more than just distant planets, or I don't even know how to begin there. Stars teach as well as shine. Okay. So you will enter the light, the sunlight. Let's think of that. That's how I think of it. You can think of it however you want to. Get a copy of this book. It's free over at Yogi Theosophy. I need to change that name. I'm working on that. But you will not touch the flame. 13, desire power. Now this is going to sound weird. Desire power ardently. 14, desire peace fervently. 15, desire possessions above all. Calm down, listen. But these possessions must belong to the pure soul only, and be possessed, therefore, by all pure souls equally, and thus be this special property of the whole only when united. Hunger for such possessions as can be held by the pure soul, so that you may accumulate wealth for that united spirit of life, which is your only true self. Okay, wealth doesn't mean what you think it means right here. I want you to know that before I lose all my audience. All right. Okay. Thank you. They're signs. Yes, they are signs. And then some. There's so much there. We have one sun, we have one moon. We don't pay attention. If we would just pay attention, everything is a clue. Okay. And everything is a test. Everything that happens in life is a test. And you are the one who is the judge. Okay. All right. The wealth of that united spirit of life, which is your only true self, The peace that you shall desire, that sacred peace which nothing can disturb, and in which the soul grows as does the holy flower upon the still lagoons. The lotus, talking about the lotus, that symbolizes on the water, symbolizing spirituality. It's blooming on the water. Okay, so I have the peace you shall desire is that sacred peace which nothing can disturb. Do you feel that you have peace now that no one can disturb? It's a daily effort. It's a daily effort to not let things get to you, to not, I find I'm far more peaceful now. I am far more peaceful, far more calm, far more trusting. But it's always a work in progress. You're overcoming yourself. There's nothing else you need to do. Some people talk about waking other people up, that they're here to wake other people up. You're here to wake up yourself. That's the most important thing. You're here to wake up yourself. Welcome to our newcomer. We have a few people in here. Hello, hello. And to the rewatchers and the folks from Periscope joining, thank you. Okay. Here we go. And in which the soul grows, as does the holy flower upon the still lagoons. And that power which the disciple shall covet is that which shall make him appear as nothing in the eyes of men. That is important. Please, I hope more of you are here for that. Listen, the power, this is important. Desire, power ardently was mentioned. The power which the disciple, the one who studies, you, the power that you shall desire is the one that you shall covet. It even says to covet is the one that will make you appear as nothing in the eyes of men. Whew. That gives me goosebumps. Melissa is getting there. Oh, as far as not letting things get to you, good. Hold that thought. I'm 17. Oh, here we go. Yes, that was where I ended. Okay. Big thing is to be as nothing in the eyes of men. How many spiritual teachers or organizations or I don't know, who knows, gurus are nothing in the eyes of men? There's a lot who are really focused on the lower self, which is the world of the senses, which is the physical, appearance, it's superstition, fear, control, greed, selfishness, all that stuff. That's really been our downfall. So if you look at the organized religions, they want power, they want more money, they want more control, they want more recruits. That's not nothing in the eyes of men. One of the reasons I don't like to give my name over here is because of that. As a former radio broadcaster, I think it's very important to remove my personality from these teachings so you can get what you need to out of them. I'm simply a fellow student introducing you, if you've never seen these before, to these teachings. I'm so grateful that I found them. I'm so grateful that I came across them and applied them. And through the application, I felt such an increase in joy and calm and peace and happiness. And I'm not afraid of dying. There's a weird sense of calm. It's almost like you're detached. The hysterics was unbelievable back in the day. Really intense emotion. Anger is calm. There's just a balance. And there's purpose. And there's promise. And there's understanding. I've always thought, I'd like to learn more about, reincarnation. I'd like to learn more about, meditation. I took the classes. I wanted to be able to meditate. That didn't seem to work until I figured all this stuff out. And now, the more that I figured out, the more I realized I don't know anything. There's still so much I don't know. I really have learned that I don't know anything, but I do know that it feels much better, that life feels better, and things make more sense. And when I'm out, the most peaceful place that I can find is along the river or out in the woods or just out in nature. And that's what I highly recommend. Nature is the true church. The third object of Theosophy talks about the discovery, looking for and discovering and uncovering the hidden laws of nature and the abilities within the human being, and not for selfish means. It is not to be used to be grandiose or to have, notoriety and fame and to be more special than anyone else. You're not. You are each other. We are each other. And so on this channel, I bring this as humbly as I can. I am a presenter, so I do enjoy being able to present them because I get to study them. The more I visit this every time, every single time. Look how little it is. Every time I open this book, something new reveals itself. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that happens. I said that when I went to the Theosophical Society and was studying with them. I went, oh my God, how did you keep all this quiet? Where did this come from? What is it? It's amazing. And they said, yeah, I know. It's kind of a well-kept secret. And then I noticed that the New Age teachings are cherry-picked from these ancient teachings there. And then some. This is not all. This is just a few. So I try to cover just a tiny bit. Next week, 30 minutes. Oh my God. Well, there's 5 minutes dorking around at the very beginning. In the next one, we're going to move forward to seeking out the way. Seek out the way. Seeking out the way. Seek out the way. The light within you will be a lamp unto your feet, so you can find the way. What is the way? Is it a church? I didn't find it in there. I didn't find it when I was trying to do all these other things. I didn't find it. But during a time of personal psychological pain and separation, I picked up a book and thought, what have I got to lose? And then I found them. For me, this is what works. And I think a lot of other people could benefit from this. I do believe that the peace in my life, that this is my stage, my world, my husband, my son, my father, and my friends, you. And how can I become these teachings? How can I become them? I want to live this. And the reason I changed the name, I was thinking, if I was to know I had 1 minute to live, what would I say? How would I sum it up? I would say, study, apply, become Theosophy. Well, I would also tell my son and my husband and my father how much I love them and my family. But if I was to say anything, and nothing else matters but this, live it, become it. And you will find by contagion, you can become compassion and you will become balance and karma. You'll understand karma. We can even do a whole thing on karma if you wish. But there's 9 of you there. Maybe I'm rolling in the background. Does anybody have any questions? Is there another way you might like to do these? Because I used to do them and there was nobody there. Now there's a teeny tiny bit of people there, but I'm doing other things on other channels. I might even go over to Twitch. I'm not sure. I don't know. But I do know that I want to voice these and help carry the message. I'm only a messenger and a fellow student. So if you got something out of this, great. If you would like to learn more, there's more where this came from. I would highly recommend starting with Light on the Path. Light on the Path is also on this channel, and it's voiced in an audiobook. So is Voice of the Silence. Voice of the Silence, oh my God. Which one would I take on a desert island if I only had one? Probably the Voice of the Silence. That's also a short book, and I think we'll do book studies on that later on. The only temple you should enter is the temple. Yes, that's true. You are the temple. You are. And look after yourself. When you remove drugs, alcohol, sex, meaning the fiending, the lust vibe, the low vibration of that, when you remove that and you remove dairy and meat, it does become clearer. Or more clear. I say that often and people go, well, I can still, what, fine. If you want to still do whatever, I'm telling you, I stopped those things and it got very clear. So anyway, well, I can't say very clear, much more clear than it was before. It was impossible to go any further if you're drinking. It was impossible to go any further if you're taking drugs. It was impossible to go any further if you're in a lustful state of mind. So, Okay, so for those of you who have stayed, thank you. For those of you who joined or come in after and watch the rewatch, great. This channel is a labor of love, and I love you, and I want to be able to share these with you because I believe that they will help whoever comes across them. And it isn't a journey of the mind, okay? It isn't you studying. It isn't an academic journey. It is a journey with the heart. So if this touches your heart, if this sounds like something you might want to try, you don't have to follow anybody. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything. You can just listen to these books and let it happen that way and then see what happens. Because it isn't an exclusive religion. It is an inclusive truth. The logo on the Theosophical Society says there's no religion higher than truth. Now, I'm not any longer a member of a lodge because I found that there are some theosophists that get into the guru thing, and I'm not there to worship anybody. I'm there to figure out how to better my life. And don't give your power away. Stop waiting for a spiritual superhero to float out of the clouds and be your salvation. You are your salvation. You are. So thank you for being here. You stayed the whole time? You did? How you do it, I don't know. You must be, I don't know. There must be like multiple RDs. Thank you, RD, for being here on what it is that I truly love to talk about, which is theosophy. Thank Matthew, MBG, State, I love you. Oh, sorry, I'm doing my Periscope thing. I really appreciate you. We'll be on tonight over on Periscope to play. Husband will be joining me. And we will have another Key to Theosophy coming up. I'll be also on the Fem Yoga channel on Periscope. Oh, thank you. Gosh, you were such a precious soul. I'm passionate about these because I really believe that they can help people. I believe that people can benefit from these teachings. I feel a call to order, a crushing compassion to get to work, and I can't explain it. So I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. And I'm grateful to be a part of it because I know that in it was 2004 that I actually discovered the book. I didn't really apply it till 2011. And then I really got serious about it. So it's only been a few years, but it has remarkably changed everything. So with so much love, I love you. And I'll get this up and get the thumbnail and everything taken care of and get those links for you. Again, the name, change, Living Theosophy. Highly recommend. Bye, everybody. See you later. How do I do this? Okay, bye.